What are you, why are you smiling?
推理小説は好きかい
Huh? Hi everyone, I'm going to react to Bungo Stray Dogs Season 3, Episode 10, Cannibalism Part 2. Last episode, they thought that they could find the person that has the ability, the cannibalism ability, and then have the Zai touch the person, then have the situation end, but it didn't work out that way. It was all like Fyodor was just like, freaking that little girl that blew herself up. And then you have Tanizaki also going after Mori. That didn't work out either. And Fukuzawa woke up a little bit and basically told them not to kill Mori. And yeah, that he's willing to die, you know. So I don't know what they're gonna do now. So yeah, that's what happened last episode. Now before we get into this one, if you guys have my reaction, please give it a thumbs up, please subscribe, and please consider supporting my Patreon at patreon.com/filmy. And now let's start this episode, and here we go. Okay. I'm trying to look through the episode, like parts of the episode again, because I'm slightly confused as to not everyone's motivations, but like mostly Kunikida. When they started the episode, they were talking about, what to do because the president told them not to go after Modi. And they're like, okay, Rumpo, it's like, okay, you guys have a choice. We either go after the poor mafia because right now they have the president in the safe space with, was it Annie? What was her name? I think her name was Annie or Anna or something. We have the president in this safe space. Currently, the poor mafia doesn't know that we have him there. Once they figure out that he's there, they're gonna do everything that they possibly can for you guys to deliver the president to him, to them, meaning they're gonna go after the people that you care about. So we have to go after them first and kill the president first. So, and that's against what and kill Modi first, and that's against what the president wants them to do. So it's like, hey, you guys have a choice. Do you want to go or do you don't want to go? Everybody except for Asushi and Kunikida were going. Now, Asushi is not going because he's thinking, okay, if we do this, we're playing into Fyodor's hands. The others know it too, but it's like he doesn't want to do that. And then again, he wants to follow what the president said, not to go after the poor mafia. But then he's thinking, there must be another way to stop this from happening, basically to save both the president and Modi, right? And then you have Kunikida there. Kunikida has just watched this little girl die in front of him. He couldn't save her. Now, he also has the option of going with them or not. And he said that he's not, he didn't go, clearly. But my thing was, he says if I break the rules, more innocent people will die. Now, what I'm trying to understand is what rule is he talking about? Fyodor's rule is you either kill the poor mafia's leader or you kill Fukuzawa, and that's gonna save, go to war, kill one and save the other. That's basically Fyodor's rule. And because they went against it and try to find the person that has the ability, that's what led to this little girl dying. But then you also have this rule, basically, that's coming from the president that's saying, don't go after the poor mafia. So I'm like, okay, which one is he talking about? The rule of, okay, if I go with them, basically, if he goes with them, he's following Fyodor's rule, basically what he said, you know. But if he doesn't go against them, he's following the president's rule. So I'm assuming that he's talking about the president, what the president said, not to go after the poor mafia, because you go after the poor mafia, clearly people are gonna die. Like on the poor mafia side of things, people are gonna die. Like a war, between these two camps is gonna, kill people. Is that what he's talking about? Or not? And if I don't know. I guess I'm slightly confused about that aspect. Or like what rules he's trying to follow, what rule he doesn't want to break, So help me understand that part of it. Now, he decided to go with Asushi. Well, before he goes with Asushi, Rampo basically reminded Asushi of the fact that they wanted Katai to find Fyodor, and that he's probably still working on that investigation. So Asushi decided to go and check in on Katai. Yeah, Katai. He goes there. Katai is not there, and he's like, "This is weird." He never leaves his room. And then Kunikida shows up, and that's where Kunikida is like, he punches this wall and took out this recording device of some kind, because he said that when Katai is doing his investigations and everything, he always records what's in the room or whatnot in case something happens, and something happened. So he took out that recording, and then he's like, Asushi, basically, Asushi tells him that he thought that he was gonna go with Rampo and the others, and he's like, if I break the rules, then more innocent people will die. So that's why I'm slightly confused. So he's there, and then they started watching the stuff, and he clearly figured out where Fyodor was, but then Fyodor shows up behind and shot him. Now my thing is, that's why I was slightly confused as to whether he's still alive or not. Yes, when they pulled back the futon or whatever, there was blood there. But why wasn't there a body there? Why did he take the body with him? That's why I'm like, is he really dead, or isn't he? Is he still just trying to mess with Kunikida? When Rampo told Kunikida that he was the most righteous out of all of them, and that's why Fyodor went after him, first. I'm like, yeah, that's true. So it's like, is Katai really dead, or is he not? So that's basically what happened with those two. I don't know where that was going. Now you have the others going to the poor mafia headquarters. Kenji is there. He hurts, but not really. Oh, excuse me. And then you have Kyoka first going after what's her name? Akutagawa's I'm forgetting her name. But either way, she wanted her to give her the codes to where Mori was being held and whatnot. Of course, she wasn't gonna give her that. And then Akutagawa showed up, and now they started fighting. Akutagawa and Kyoko, they started fighting, and during this fight, at one point, Kyoka used Dimensional as a diversion, and she shows up behind Akutagawa and was about to stab him, and then they cut away from it. And I'm like, ugh. I didn't think Akutagawa was gonna die, but I still didn't quite know exactly how that how the knife didn't kill him, I guess. Why not? But he used his demonic armor basically on his hand to catch the knife, to stop the knife from piercing him and everything. And during the battle, they kept talking about how Kyoka has changed, and that before she was after revenge. She wanted to kill Demon Snow, and she didn't care about her own life. And then Akutagawa said that she reminded him in those days. She reminded him of Dazai because he also didn't care about his life, you know. And now both Kyoka and Dazai have met someone. They met someone in Kyoka's case, meaning Asushi, and then she joined the agency. And then in Dazai's case, it was his friend that died. Oh, am I forgetting his name? Oda? Odasaku, yeah, Oda. So it was in his case, it was in Odasaku that basically pushed him to join the agency, and he also, he's not. Well, he still tries to submerge himself, but like I guess it's not up to that degree that it used to be, So they both changed, and then when he said that he's happy for her, I'm like, oh. He's happy for her that she's not seeking death anymore. So I'm like, oh, that's so cute. And then that bomber showed up there, and then he, whatever her name is, told Akutagawa about it, and Kyoka left, and Akutagawa also left to wait for the bomber to do whatever it is that he's trying to do. But before that happened, there was a call between Asushi and Yusano, and Asushi basically telling them that Kata is dead. When he told her that, the president was awake and he heard everything, and now he just like got up and was about to leave the room, and the Annie asked him where he was going. I'm not sure that he told her because we didn't see that part of it. He left. And then you see that Mori also left his room. So clearly these two are going to meeting up. Before I knew that Mori left, I thought that it was just the president and that he was basically going to deliver himself to the poor mafia and have them kill him or something or other like that, and then have this whole war end. But with the fact that Mori also left his room, and then it's like they were both gonna go meet up someplace, and they did meet up someplace that's not known to the poor mafia or to the agency. It's only known to both of them, and apparently it's a meeting place where if they didn't arrange something in advance, that's the only place where they would meet up. So they met up there, and now they're gonna fight each other to the death, and whichever one wins, is the one that's gonna be staying alive. I don't like this. Yeah, I do not like this. And they kept counting down the clock. Now it's saying, I think it said, the last thing that I saw was like 12 hours until the activation of symptoms or something, virus symptoms or something or other like that. So basically, if they're gonna find a way for both of them to live, they only have 12 hours to do it. And I guess that's gonna depend on what Kunikida and Asushi find out, I almost forgot. Juya and Rampo, when they were gonna face the poor mafia, you know that Chuya is like the big guns, Yes, Akutagawa is, strong and everything, but how can you fight against gravity? So I feel like among all the poor mafia members whose abilities I've seen so far, Chuya is like the biggest. He's like the big gun. So when I saw Rampo like walk up to him and be like, from my calculations, if we take you out, then it's gonna give us more chance, and why not? And then I'm like, okay, what exactly are you gonna do? I mean, apart from his deductive stuff, I don't know him. He doesn't have any ability. So I'm like, how are you supposed to fight Chuya? How are you supposed to deal with Chuya? And he even provoked him. doesn't want against Dazai. He brought up Dazai, which pissed Chuya off, and then Chuya would just launch himself into the air, was about to come down, and then you see this smile on Rumple's face. I'm like, what are you about to do? And then he pulled out this book and basically sucked both of them into the book. They won't have any ability there. And one, I'm like, oh, wait a second. I immediately remembered Poe, because that's what he did. He sucked in Rumple and Yosano into the book, during that one episode. So I'm like, this is his ability. And then I'm like, oh yeah, he was talking about writing a book or some kind or whatever. And then you see his animal, pet, whatever, like walk across and whatnot, taking the book away or something or other like that. So I'm like, yeah, it's clearly him. And then they showed him and he was so impressed with what he wrote and whatnot. Was like thinking that Rumple's gonna probably take like several days to figure out, to solve the mystery inside the book and whatnot. And I'm like, this is Rumple we're talking about. Okay, he could probably solve this mystery in no amount of time, but that's not exactly what he's trying to do. He's trying to keep Chuya there as long as possible. So even if he knew how to solve this book, he's not gonna solve it. He's not gonna solve it. So it's like, oh, I love that part of this episode so much. But I'm not looking forward to one of them dying, like Mori and Fukuzawa. Like I'm really not looking forward to it, because I like both characters. Even though the Pop Mafia are supposedly our enemies, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't want Fyodor to win. So I want them to find a way to save both Mori and Fukuzawa. That's what I want. So. Thank you guys for watching. And if you like this reaction, please give it a thumbs up, please subscribe. And if you want to see my reaction to the next episode, you can do so by checking out my Patreon at patreon.com/ifeelme. And you can also see the full for this reaction there as well. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye. There's also a point that I wanted to touch upon. There was a point in the episode where Yosano called Mori senpai. And with the fact that Mori is a doctor and Yusano is also a doctor, Mori senpai was Mori Yusano senpai at one point? Like, did he teach her medicine? Like, I feel like this is the first time, maybe they mentioned it before and I just don't remember, but I feel like this is the first time that I'm hearing her call him Mori senpai. So yeah, I was a little bit confused about that as well. So bye.